So this is officially the last day of winter. Tomorrow is the first day of spring, and I've been enjoying reading vlogs from others, and I wanted to do my first reading vlog ever. 2023 is going to be a great reading year for me. I'm pretty excited to read a couple of titles that are coming out. So please enjoy. See ya. Okay guys, let's take a break from reading for a moment and let's vlog going outside and see my experience as a disabled, visually impaired, blind person. We're going to go to the museum. Roxy stood up, so come along with me. Let's check it out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right here.
Just checking in, I guess.
For the two,
we need for the.
where the well things are.
Yeah. Do we need separate tickets for that?
Yes, that's going to be an additional $10 per person, so there's two. Yeah, that'll be $10. And you need to go ahead and swipe your card there and start facing the green light when you're ready.
Facing the green light. Gotcha.
Right. Forward. Good girl. Forward. guys, so I am gonna make this a reading vlog. Did a lot of cool things today, but I'm gonna settle down, relax, and start reading a book. I saw a documentary with Jonah Hill and his therapist, and a lot of points that his therapist made just kind of resonated with me. So I got this summary, The Tools. Very, very short read, and I love the font. So I'm going to use just a hand magnifier to help me read. So I'm gonna just go ahead and read. It doesn't have that many pages. Let me see. It has 43 pages, so I'll jump into it and I'll be right back. So yeah, this is how I read. I like to be on the side of my bed, but let me read a couple of sentences to you. The Tools is a book based on a set of practices designed by two therapists, Barry Michaels and Phil Stutz, to offer a way to come back one of the most common complaints they heard from their patients. Okay, so even though this is a small book, it takes me a while, so I'll be back. Okay, so this was a really quick read with the larger font than other books and with my hand magnifier. It only took me a couple of hours. I know you guys probably would have got done with this in 15 minutes, but it took me 2 hours, okay? But anyway, it was very, very interesting. I'm really usually not into self-help books at all, but sometimes it's cool to see someone else's perspective, especially therapists. So this is kind of like a Cliff Note version or notes of the main book that they've written, and I will purchase that because I'm curious. And they just go over like 5 traps we fall into that prevents us to move forward in our life and have us regret when we get to the end of our life that we didn't do what we wanted to do. We didn't find our purpose. So first one they go through is being in your comfort zone and how that's actually you escaping from your responsibilities and doing things. Your comfort zone isolates you from doing nothing. So you are trapped in your comfort zone and you can't figure out how to get out. The first tool of that dilemma is moving forward. Makes sense. So they go over what that means to them, and it's kind of all put together with a higher power, whatever you feel that higher power is. Like the things around the universe from you provide you all kinds of things that you just kind of take for granted. We breathe, we don't know how. Our heart beats, we don't do any work to have it do so. We breathe air that may be poisonous to other things. The earth provides us materials to build houses, things like that. The universe around us cares about us, but we just have to kind of pause and tap into that power. So that power or that source is kind of divided into different tools that you can utilize for you to move forward and find your purpose, which is really important. One huge takeaway is that purpose is not just metaphysical and what you think. Your purpose is actual what you do, your action. So that really resonated with me. The second thing that they came up with, the second scenario that prevents you from recognizing your purpose or doing your purpose, they call the maze. And this is so true for nowadays. It just seems like everyone is stuck in the maze. That you get stuck, you go into the maze, you get sucked into it, you become very angry with things around you. If you disagree with somebody else's thoughts or opinions, it just insinuates confusion, anger, racing thoughts. You just can't get out of that loop. You're constantly, and you're overthinking that situation to the point where it becomes even more hateful and even more like debased, but that's what they explained it. And the second two that they said to move forward is active love. And again, that kind of seems like, yeah, that makes sense. But all these tools is internal working that you have to do inside yourself, being self-aware, which is really, really hard because you have to recognize in this situation of not being sucked into the maze of like, life is not fair. Nothing is fair. And if you continue to want to fight and have that person be on your side that caused the anger and you're slip into the maze, you're never going to get out of it, because human nature, they're not going to change their mind, and you're going to get more angry, and the only thing it hurts is you. They can care less. So active love is just basically loving yourself to let go and being able to move forward. So I really enjoyed that. The other situation is, it's called your shadow. All your insecurities that you bottle up that causes you to freeze when you need to show that you're confident to move forward, to actually gain your purpose and do something with it and have other people hear. And it's not about trying to find people's acceptance of you. It's just having the fearlessness and the confidence to speak your truth and not give a shit what anybody thinks about it. Just being able to have the strength and courage to speak your truth. So your shadow is all your insecurities in you that you want to hide away from everybody. And even though no matter how much you grow and you move forward, you're never going to get rid of your shadow from this little pamphlet. It's always going to be there. You actually need your shadow to work with you and move forward. And that introduces the next tool. And I changed rooms. I went to my bedroom. But that tool is the tool of self-expression. The higher being that you're tapping, the higher power you're tapping into is self-expression. And self-expression basically means that you are working with your insecurities. You're facing your insecurities face forward, and you guys are working together to like express yourself together, to show yourself in your truest form. You're being vulnerable. You're not showing up with your representative. You're being yourself, insecurities and all, which makes you even more powerful and makes people want to listen to you, and it piques their ears because you're showing your true self. Your self-expression is coming through with all your insecurities, all your confidence. It taps like your creativity. It taps your ability for public speaking in front of large groups of people or even small. It taps everything that you need to be able to express yourself directly and succinctly. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then the next problem that they discuss is called the black cloud. And this is something that the black cloud is different than the maze, because for me, the maze is incited from outside things that make you angry or think negative. I see the black cloud as hopelessness, deep, deep, deep depression. Everything in your life is wrong. Everything is life and death. You're stressing and worrying about everything. It's all internalized, right? You fix one problem, you may have the next problem on deck. You can never rest. And being in that constant state of never resting, survivor mode, you can't move forward. You're stuck in that position. It's kind of like that of the maze. The maze is done with external stimuli, and the dark cloud is you. You're the one that's standing in your own way, preventing things from moving forward for you to get to your purpose. And I love this next two, the fourth two. There's five twos in total. The fourth two is being grateful. You know, when you wake up and you say things to yourself in the mirror, like it's going to be a great day, just being grateful, tapping into that source of understanding things around you that you may take for granted that's happening. That's a miracle, you know, just being able to sit in yourself and be like, you know what, I'm in this black cloud, I'm having all kinds of negative thoughts, and start fighting against that and start talking about what you're grateful for. And it says think of 5 things of what you're grateful for and why, and every day think of something new. which will kind of push you to look for those things that you're grateful for. It could be small, big, minute, anything that you're like, you know what? That's right. I'm glad that I woke up today. A very, very simple thing to be grateful for, but it's true. And you just kind of rewire your brain trying to think of things. How can I dig myself out of this black cloud? Now, you know what? With any type of depression, not only therapy helps, but medication. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to say talking great things about yourself or 5 things you're grateful is going to cure that. I don't believe that. I think you need other support systems if that's your story, if that's your journey. Do it. But I also think it's also cool for us to like take a breath and just realize what to be grateful for. So I really do appreciate that. And lastly, he was talking about the problem of people, as soon as they get what they want, I guess using these 5 tools, you're using them for life. You can never stop. You know, you're always going to run into issues where you're going to have to use these 5 tools. But we have the false reality that once we get what we want, we can't stop doing the work, which makes sense. And all this to me is very common sense. You can never stop doing the work, because then you fall into a pit of like, man, I thought this was supposed to fix everything. We like quick gratification. We like a pill to fix everything. We like a magic, like anything to make it just be quick and easy. But it's not. You got to continue to do the work until you die. And that's just the truth. And the last tool is willpower, which is a great tool. You have to have the willpower to want to keep working. You have to have the willpower to understand the vices that you have that you need to work on and you need to fix it. And you need to fix it, go on that path and journey of fixing it. So I really enjoyed this. It was really, really cool. I really enjoyed the documentary, which kind of prompted me to look out for writings from that particular documentary. So I enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked my first reading vlog. Yeah, did a lot of things, had a good time, and I read a quickie book today. All right, guys, see you next time. Peace out.